Hello guys, Dusty here with another YouTube video. This time a record pickup video in the new set of my record pickup video stuff. Because I didn't really have any light in my last video over here, and the video before this one, that was a record pickup video, the 150 record haul, which has gotten an overwhelming amount of, support and, views and likes and comments, and I love it. Seriously, just the reaction to that video was awesome. I was a little worried. I was a little because it was my first really big record haul video, so I didn't know how that was gonna work out. But it ended up working out really well. So, we're gonna try another record pickup video. This time in somewhat of a set. I do apologize about the lighting. It's better than it was the last video I shot over here, but it's not the greatest. I do plan on eventually getting a couple more lights to evenly distribute light. For now, we're going to focus on the record pickups. So these pickups were from, these first pickups are actually from a garage sale. And right now, as I am recording this, it is December in Iowa. So, yeah, a long time ago, I think these were in August. So, it's been a while. But, nonetheless, we got some pretty cool stuff at the garage sale. So I'm going to kind of set up the story and everything like that. Basically, I was on the local paper website looking for garage sales, anything interesting in the garage sales as I do, and I saw one that said it had records. So I was like, yeah, heck yeah, this is gonna be first stop. So I made it my first stop in my GPS, got everything ready to go, got out there at 8 o'clock. I look at the garage sale, and I might have made it there like a couple of minutes late, so I was worried they might have already been gone, but there were no records to be found. So I was like, well, great, that was a waste of time. Why did they say they had records when they didn't have records? So I went ahead and looked, went on my phone and, got all the other addresses set up for me to continue garage selling for that day. Then I look out my window, and I see right next to that garage sale, there was another garage sale. So anyway, went ahead and went to that garage sale, and sure enough, there were records there. So the records were divided into two places, by the way. There was certain records by a certain artist for a certain amount of money, and then another stack of records. And I'm kind of setting this up wrong. It was a while ago. I do apologize if things get mixed up in my head. But there was a pile of records that I believe were like 3 for $1, something like that, like maybe 50 cents. I cannot remember 100% on that one, but really, really cheap, right? Then you had 45s, which I don't know, I think they were asking a certain amount of money for all the 45s. And then over next to the 45s, they had 11 records from one artist for $50. $50 for the whole lot of them. And, guys, my wallet ran away from me. I had to do it. I felt like I did what was right. I was very hesitant to do it. I was like actively talking with the person running the garage sale. They were kind of an older guy. And I was kind of like, I'm not sure if I really want to spend this much money. And he kept on throwing stuff in with it, so I ended up getting, I'm not going to show them in this video because I honestly don't know where they went. They're probably in this pile somewhere, but some of those 45s, one of them was a single from Sweet's Desolation Boulevard, which had, I think it was Desolation Boulevard that has Little Lily on it. I don't know. Let me see, it's like 12 o'clock. My mind's not working like it should. But, we got that, and we also got a couple other 45s. But we also got something cool that I'll show after all the records. But we, of course, got those records, and we also got another record from that 33 or 50 or whatever cent pile, because there was only one record that I was interested in that pile. And that was, we might as well start with it, Gerry Rafferty, his first album, I believe, his first solo album, Outside of Steeler's Wheel, and this is his second one, by the way, for anybody. I have this. I got it from a Goodwill in Iowa Falls for 70 cents in immaculate condition, which I freaking love. And I have listened to this album, and I freaking love it. So, needless to say, I do need to get around to listening to this one, but I have so many albums on the queue at this point. I mean, these albums, all of these albums have came, for the most part, like, I think I had maybe 20 or 30 before this year, but most of these albums, a good 250 of them came from 2016. So, yeah, got a lot of albums this year. I'm hoping to get a lot of albums next year, but so far things have kind of gone to a stop, standstill, halt kind of thing. I just haven't been finding albums. And it wasn't for lack of trying to find albums before this year, I just could never find albums before this year. So, I don't know if maybe this was just the lucky year where I found all of my vinyl records for the rest of my life, or maybe we'll get just as much, if not more, next year. That's what I'm hoping will happen. But anyway, yeah, we got Gerry Rafferty in great condition. Besides, it was at one point clearance, so it has this nice little notch in it, which is kind of sad. And some of these albums do have that notch in them, which kind of separates the next albums that I'm going to talk about. Because you know how I said the albums were all from a specific artist. Well, if you read the title of this video, being the fact I'm going to call it something along the lines of the Alice Cooper Haul, you'll know that these were all Alice Cooper records, which 11 Alice Cooper records for $50, plus this Gerry Rafferty and the 45s and another thing. I figured I would do that. I was a little like regrettant at first, but now I'm pretty happy about it. So now that enough time has passed, I'm glad I did it. So for starters, for the Alice Cooper albums, we've got Lace and Whiskey right here. This seems to be a newer pressing of it. It was clearanced out from Walmart or Target. No, it's Target. And it says 99 cents right here, right? But if you look at the sleeve here, the original owner had wrote that they had gotten it in 12/29/81 right here, and that they got it for 83 cents. So I don't know which one to believe, but nonetheless, all these, by the way, all of these, like from Target and the shrink wrap ones, are in beautiful condition. So no complaints, beautiful condition. Anyway, next up, we've got Alice Cooper's Zipper Catches Skin, which, once again, beautiful condition. It's in one of these Warner Brothers clear things. Absolutely fantastic. By the way, I spin cleaned all of these, so now they're all, like, ready to listen to. And I do plan on listening to his entire, like, discography that I have anyway, in order. And I actually, I'm gonna stop that because that might spoil pickups, because I'm going to talk about one of the albums I listened to. See, this is my preemptive thinking. This is smart, Dusty. That's not true. I'm not very smart. But anyway, we got Special Forces by Alice Cooper right here. And yeah, once again, great condition in one of these Warner Brother sleeves here. And I'm not gonna pull the albums out because they're just all in great condition. There's no real need to. Like unlistened to condition for the most part. We got Flush the Fashion. Factory sealed for my protection, which was a lie. These weren't actually factory sealed when I bought them, so I call shenanigans. But this one was bought from Target at $12.26.83, so 2 years later than the other one, for $3 for $5. So yeah, I assume some of those were also bought 3 for $5. So yeah. Anyway, Flush the Fashion. And then last but not least, we have one, well, not last but not least. Last but not least for the ones in this, like, shrink wrap here. We've got one that I don't know how to pronounce the name of. It's DADA of some variety. If anybody knows in the comments, let me know how that is pronounced. So I know what's going on. But, yeah. Pretty freaking sweet. And it's in good condition, too. It's in one of these sleevey doohickeys. And yeah, all of these, once again, had notches somewhere on them, but other than that, in good shape. So, that's it for the shrink wrap ones. However, there was still one that was on clearance at one point, and this is Alice Cooper's From the Inside. I assume he took it out of the shrink wrap because of the cool, like, album features here. That, and I don't know how you would get to the album if you didn't, now that I think about it. See, using my brain. I hate doing that. But yes, awesome cover art, by the way. And then you open it up, more cool art inside, and then you get the album out of here. Maybe he wrote down when he got it on here, because I actually originally shot this video, and then, no, he didn't write anything down on this one. But I had shot this video, and then I had realized that he had wrote the dates at which he purchased a couple of these on these sleeves. I assume they're the purchase dates, but who knows? Maybe he just wrote random dates and prices on his records. I don't know. I'm not going to judge him. But yeah, so those were all of the like early ones. Now these next ones are ones that are more they have more patina to them. They have more wear, and they seem to be a lot of like first, second, third pressing kind of dealios. So we'll go by them one by one, but here we have Alice Cooper's Easy Action. It does have a little bit of ring wear to it. It is on the straight label. It is a gatefold, and it does have the album in here. And for the most part, these albums are in great condition with minimal scratches. Yeah, I listened to some of them. They sound good. Yeah, there's some surfacey scratches, but it's nothing that hurts it too bad. And it is on straight, so yeah, cool pink label there. So yeah. Then next up, we've got Alice Cooper Killer here. Which did actually have the poster with it too, just not attached to the album. So, yeah. But yeah, I had the poster bit or the calendar. Is it a calendar? I think it's a calendar. Yeah, it's a calendar. But yeah, Alice Cooper Killer, and it is in the sleeve, probably the original one. Yeah. Warner oscillators and everything, so it was on Warner. And yeah, this one's in fairly decent condition with some scratches. Well, not like scratches, but some scuffs and stuff. These really do sound alright. It's just maybe the occasional pops and stuff. If I was a snooty vinyl reseller on eBay, I would call these VG. Anyway, moving right along, we've got this classic right here. We've got School's Out from Alice Cooper. Now, unfortunately, these did not have the infamous dust sleeve, so I have paper towel protecting the album. But yeah, nonetheless, despite the fact it wasn't in a sleeve, the album still does sound okay, with occasional pops and clicks and stuff, but it's to be expected for an album that wasn't in a sleeve. Why did they have to get rid of the sleeve? The sleeve's, like, valuable. Dang it. And I did check. I believe this was, like, an original pressing that would have came with the sleeve that I'm talking about. But, yeah. No sleeve to be found. Instead, we have a disc right there. Yeah, it's good stuff. Anyway, next up, we've got Alice Cooper. I know, Love It to Death. I knew the name. I just needed to look at the title to refresh my mind. This is not one of the earliest pressings. In fact, there was a lot of pressings of this album. But this is the one that including their hit I'm 18, and this album does in fact include their hit I'm 18. And yeah, it's in here. It's in good shape. What more is there to say about that? And then last but not least, we got the one that definitely made this worth picking up. And the album that I listened to, Alice Cooper's first album, Alice Cooper, Pretties for You, with, the suggestive cover and everything, which was later covered up in later releases. And funny story, mine was actually covered up with tape. So I don't know if the record store did that or something, but I removed the tape. Luckily, you would assume that it would have done some damage to the cover from being there for all those years, but it didn't. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, it's one of the original pressings, the straight label there. It's in okay condition. Besides, there's just a sad thing to this album. It's unaudible, but there's a nice little, I believe that's probably a needle slide or something like that. I don't know if you guys can see it because my lighting's so bad, but yeah, there's some slight scratches, and of course that big old sadness right there. But nonetheless, even in this condition, this album's like a $25-$30 album. So usually in good condition, it goes for about $50, the original pressing. So I think I did all right for the money I spent. needless to say. And I did listen to this album. I did really like it, too. So I suppose I'm going to have to continue listening to his albums, because I have a lot of them now. And I do also have Billion Dollar Babies, by the way, too, if you couldn't tell, right here. I actually have 2 of it, so that's fun. And maybe you could have told, too, that it was Alice Cooper by the A part of my records having a nice white hole in it. But yeah, that's all the Alice Cooper records. I think that was okay. I think this stack's okay for about $50, you know. I could have probably negotiated it down to 40, couldn't I have? See, this is me not being a good negotiator. This is me being stupid. Don't be like Dusty. Be smart. But yeah. And then we also got, he threw this in. It's pretty cool. Top 40 hits from the Billboard charts. This is 1955 to present, from 1982. He wrote that on there. He said he had, you know, some more recent ones of these because they're kind of cool to flip through. But, you know, he didn't need this one because it's incredibly out of date. But that's okay, because this is like the cutoff of most of the music I listen to anyway. So, you know, it's pretty cool to look through, see what songs and what artists charted at. Pretty cool. And there's some things circled in here. It's just a little piece of history, I suppose. And it's a book to have on my ever incredibly small bookshelf. So, yeah. Alright, so that was it from the garage sale. Next we have some other albums I'm going to have to go through quickly because I have like 10 minutes on my capture left. But, yeah, so these next records came from Mason City. There's a pawn shop in Mason City, Iowa, that sells records. Now that I'm thinking of this, these might have been in another record pickup video, but they might not have been, which is why I need to show them. I must show them to the world. So first off, these were both $3. One of them was marked 2, but they charged me 3 for it, and you know, I didn't argue like I should have. I bought it with. Maybe that's what I'm thinking about. I bought it with some Nintendo games. I bought them with some Nintendo games, because there were 2 records here. But anyway, $6 for this pair of records. I don't think that's too bad. First off, we got The Roaring Silence from Manfred Mann's Earth Band. In pretty good shape. I mean, there is some ring wear on the cover, and a little bit of vinyl picking through this pretty generic, bland casing right here. But yeah, we got this album in good shape. What more can you ask? And this is kind of an iconic album. Kind of need to have it when you see it for $2 and end up paying $3 for it. But anyway, I need to be more assertive. Anyway. Next up, we got, I'm trying to collect all the albums from these people because they're cheap and they're good. We got the Moody Blues on the Threshold of a Dream, and it is a gatefold. It's cool. It's $3, as you can see right there. And yeah, it has the dust sleeve. It has the album in it. The album's in good shape. I'm not going to bother pulling it out because, yeah, I suck at those kinds of things. It also has this. I didn't notice this. It's a booklet. It has a booklet, guys. That's cool. With all the lyrics and stuff in it in the end. So, awesome. So I figured $3. Might as well fill in another hole in the Moody Blues collection. So, now I think I just need maybe like 4 more albums for a complete Moody Blues collection. Pretty exciting. But next up, we got, the rest of these are from the local Goodwill. So, in 2 different pickups. In 2 different trips, anyway. So, one trip, I just walked in. They had a couple new records out. There were a couple of them that were interesting, but there was a giant line. I had to be at work in like 5 minutes, so I put all these records behind other records, hoping that nobody would see them. And luckily, here's the thing. 2 of them, nobody moved. One of them, somebody just moved. They didn't buy it, they just moved it. So, I don't know what was up with that. But anyway, the 2 that weren't moved were these ones. We got Three Dog Night's Harmony. I actually do already have this album, and this one's not in the greatest condition, but it did round, because the local Goodwill charges 33 cents a record, so, I mean, if I'm buying 2 records, because they charge 75 cents each for a record if you don't buy 2 records, so you are actually inherently spending 50 cents less if you buy more records. Anyway, yeah, we got Three Dog Night's Harmony. It doesn't hurt to have another copy of that one. And then next up, we got a Three Dog Night album that I did not have, which is coming down your way, with a nice little issue right there. However, nonetheless, the cover art on this album is absolutely beautiful, and the back art is too. Any songs I recognize on this one? I haven't listened to all their albums yet, so I'm not 100% sure. Not really, so yeah, I'm gonna have to listen to this one at some point. And then last but not least, we got the one that was moved, and somebody just moved this, didn't buy it, 33 cents, I don't know how he passed it up, but we got the Jackson 5's Greatest Hits. Figure might as well have the Jackson 5's Greatest Hits. I was planning on buying Coming Down Your Way anyway, so yeah, as all the Jackson 5's Greatest Hits. It's in good shape, besides some ringwear and stuff. And by the way, all the albums are actually in good shape, like physically. I haven't actually, I put this one on to see how it sounded, and it sounded really good, but the other ones, I'm not sure how they actually sound yet. I haven't listened to them yet. But next up, we do have some more albums that we picked up from the local Goodwill. And these ones were actually 33 cents a record. So the person at the counter actually charged me 66 cents for the gatefolds, which for the gatefolds that actually, had 2 records in it, which is, I suppose, okay. I'm not going to complain about it. But anyway, but basically, I walked into the Goodwill. It was a Sunday, I believe. And I walked in, looking around, looked at their, the case where they keep their CDs and DVDs and stuff, and didn't find anything of interest. And then I went around, because the other side is where they keep the records now. And on the other side, I see this. Chicago's second album. That's what. Chicago's 2. That one. Yeah, you gotta buy this album when you see it for 66 cents, I suppose. But at the time, I was thinking 33 cents. I do already have it. Mine is in better condition, I think. But maybe some of these albums are, I don't know, they're not in there. But I figure I might as well start stockpiling some of these really cheap ones that I see that are really good, just in case I have a friend that gets into record collecting. Because I've done that for video game collecting. I've gotten my friends all kinds of crazy good deals. So yeah, and I figure I might as well do some record trades someday, maybe, I don't know, and throw this one in with it, because it's not really in the greatest of shape, but I mean, for 66 cents, I should at least make sure this goes to the right home. So, we got Chicago, second album, and this one I picked up on viewer recommendation again. We got Carole King's Tapestry, or Tapestry, I'm not sure how you pronounce that one. But yeah, from what I hear, this is a very good album. So I do still need to listen to it. I still do need to get around to doing that. But nonetheless, for 33 cents, and this one was actually 33 cents because it only has 1 record in it. Figured, despite the fact it's not in good shape, it might be a different pressing than mine. I figure I might as well have a second pressing. I like to have second pressings just in case, first of all, if one of my records has an inherent problem to it, or something along those lines. But yeah. Pretty cool. Next up, anything else interesting? Oh yeah, so these ones I actually picked up because those ended up equaling a total of... Actually, those equaled a total of 33 cents, so I don't know how that worked out. Maybe I decided to go ahead and buy this one anyway. Oh, I think I understand what happened now. So, I bought those 2 in this one thinking it was going to be $1, right? Well, it ended up being just short of $2, so I have this next one. But I picked up the original movie soundtrack to Saturday Night Fever, because why not, right? I mean, if you need a little bit of disco in your life. But yeah, Saturday Night Fever original soundtrack, so pretty cool stuff. And then last but not least, well, actually last and least, we bought this because, we needed to finish that out. And this is of its time. We've got Ronco Presents Far Out. How do you not pick up something called Ronco Presents Far Out? I don't know. Anyway, when you have hair like mine, how do you not do that? Wish I do need to be getting this cut, but nonetheless, we bought this. It exists. I don't really care how good a condition it's in. It's not even the sleeve. It's just there. It's just hanging out. Anyway, that's all the pickups for this video. Catch me in the next music-related pickup video where I go through a bunch of cassettes that I picked up. I think that'll be in the next one anyway. I don't know. I have them all ready to go, but I figure, yeah, might as well do a cassette pickup video because I also, from the same Goodwill, same local Goodwill, you can get cassette tapes, like music cassettes, the ones that are played by these things that you can't see because of my new speaker. By the way, I also got a new set of speakers. But they sell them for $5 for $1. $5 for $1. Yeah, that's pretty good. But anyway, catch me the next time where I do a music record, not record, but, you know, cassette tape pickup video where I talk about those. But anyway, thank you guys for watching this video, and I will see y'all next time. Take it easy.